Yeah, sometimes it can just be basic things, just like respect the environment you're in. You know, the pool and the surroundings, or whether it's a pitch. You know, so respect for your surroundings, respect for your teammates and your coaches. You know, I think there's lots of things you can see from professional sport. You know, people who conduct themselves really well. That anyone can do that. It's not difficult. So respect is one, and gratitude. You know, there's plenty of athletes on the team that after every single training session, whether it's good or bad, they'll come and thank the coach. And I think that's an important thing. You know, it's like not all of them do it, and it's not something we enforce, but it's like it's something that you see the better ones do it. So they may have had the worst session of the season, you know, really struggled, couldn't get to grips with their start technique, whatever it might be. But there's gratitude, there's you know, they're willing to come and say thank you. So that's an example, you know. So respect, I think just accountability is one. You know, being willing to hold your hands up when they mess up. You know, and take ownership for their own performance and mistakes. You know, and just in terms of behaviours, in terms of what we ask of our guys at Loughborough, to give you some examples there, just in terms of their pre-pool and post-pool routine. So we expect them there, say we're diving in at 5:30am, we want them arriving at 5am to go through a thorough pre-pool. You know, so it's having the diligence to repeat that pre-pool 9-10 times a week, and then when they're finished, they get out, they go and do mobility, and they stretch afterwards. So those are all like developing world-class habits, even if their performance level is just that of somebody who's 50th in national championships. You know, because unless you get those things instilled, you're never going to develop to that higher level. You know, anybody can have world-class turn technique. You don't have to be able to swim a world-class time to be able to be good at that, or a finish. So habits, attention to detail, respect I've talked about, ownership and accountability are things we continually try and get across to our athletes. Just being organised, having the right equipment. You know, it's not a hard thing to do. You don't have to be an Adam Peaty, you know, to just have all the right equipment. Anyone at any level can do that. You know, my eldest son actually swims in a local swimming club just a couple of times a week. He's only 9 years old. But it's things like that, you know, so I'm trying to instill with him now. When he turns up, he's got to make sure his drinks bottle is full, you know, so he's hydrating through the session. I make sure he carries his own kit and his own kit bag. It's something that, you know, his mum or maybe don't do it for him. You know, he's got to, and don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to steer him into, you know, being a high-performance swimmer. He can do what he wants to do. But if he's choosing to do swimming, you know, that's what he's going to do. When he plays football too, you know, he's got to make sure he keeps his own boots clean. You know, basic things that I think you can have world-class habits and behaviours long before you even start to think about being a world-class performer.